We had to replace the oil pan. How much did that cost me is what you're probably wondering. So let's get into that. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. As the title suggests, I had to replace my oil pan. Quite unfortunate circumstances right around Christmas time when I'm already planning on spending a ton of money on gifts and things like that. But for my beloved M4, you got to do what you got to do, right? So here's the pan. For those that are curious, this is what it looks like. Very basic, simple. To make sense of it, right? To tell you guys a little bit of backstory on why I had to do this. I bought the car used, obviously, as most people do. The previous owner stripped the pan, right? So they over torqued the bolt and it stripped the threads in the pan itself. You know, last year, I want to say, is when I found out that I had this issue. What they did was they did a time sert. So they basically re-threaded the pan. Ultimately, you got to use a bigger bolt for that. I took my car in for an oil change, and they told me, hey, you know, your bolt is larger than spec. So they're like, what that means is that you stripped the pan and you have a time sert in there. So what that is that, you know, like I said earlier, it's a re-threading of the pan itself so that it can allow for a bigger bolt and a better seal. So it fixes that stripped issue, the stripped threads in the pan. So anyways, flash forward to today. I have a new oil pan under my car, obviously. Ignore all the jugs. I need to go return those. Here's the old oil pan. And to show you guys a little bit, like, you know, there's a little bit of oil in there, so I don't want to spill it all over the box or anything, but there is the bolt, right? Lighting's not too great in here, but if I pull this out, it looks OEM, right? It looks normal, at least I think, but it's bigger. So, right, it goes in just fine. It feels like it's snug. When you get it all the way up to hand tight, I'm not gonna spend time and do all that. But you get the picture, right? I pull my car into the garage, I think it was like 3 weeks ago now, Saturday morning, and there's oil all over my floor. All over my floor in my garage. Right after, like a week after I just got my oil change. I call up my tech and I'm like, yo, like, what's good? Like, you told me oil pan was good and it torqued fine and everything was good. And, you know, he was like, yeah, well, you know, long story short, we talked about the lifespan of this time sert, right? These aren't permanent fixes. These aren't permanent repairs. The time serts on oil pans, they never should be. Usually they last 5 oil changes, let's say, a few years, let's say, I don't know. Depending on how much you change your oil, they wear out, right? Just like the oil pan itself will wear out over time. And the crush washers wear out and everything. So basically what happened was bolt was torqued fine. It was just leaking. So it basically busted the threads loose, and with these pans, they're aluminum, right? So they're like so easy to strip compared to a steel pan. So this issue is very common, but it's a temporary fix for a permanent problem, right? So we had to replace the oil pan. How much did that cost me is what you're probably wondering. So let's get into that. It was $2,400. I basically had to buy, you know, a new pan, and then on top of your pan is the gasket that basically fits that seal up onto the underside of your car into the housing. And had to pay for that. Had to pay for some new oil, obviously. So yeah, $2,400. $2,400 if you strip your threads on your pan. So just don't over torque, go hand tight, get a torque wrench if you need to. But that's my story on how I got myself into this situation. At least I can claim I had no responsibility in stripping the pan to begin with. So at least I got that going for me. It's funny because I actually dealt with the same issue on my Toyota 4Runner. Stripped oil pan, so I guess just run in the family. But yeah, man, we are good to go. We got a brand new OEM oil pan, and we can kiss this one goodbye. So I'm gonna try and sell it on Marketplace to somebody that's interested in welding it, because I guess, you know, you can weld more material onto the, you know, onto the plug, basically redo the threads again. Would I recommend doing that on a pan like this? Probably not, because there's not much material to work with as it is. We're gonna head to the gym though, and we're gonna hit legs today. Car's feeling good. And then I got some extra carbon bits for Christmas that I need to put on the car. But yeah, I'm excited. Spent a lot of money on maintenance this year, or last year in 2025. But $2,400 for a new oil pan. If you're curious, that's how much it costs, and that's how I went about fixing it, was just going OEM, as I'd probably recommend most people do anyways, because it's just one of those parts that, you know, you can't get a better oil pan cheaper from some other aftermarket, you know, supplier. So in my opinion, it's just one of those fixes. Just go OEM and go live your life. Spend the money and be happy that your car's fixed and you can drive it and have fun with it like you should be. So anyways, that's what I'm gonna go do, is drive my car, have some fun. Let's get to it. All right, so like I was saying, man, pretty expensive to replace the oil pan on your 2020 F82 M4. If you're interested in getting one, just know that if you strip the drain plug, if you strip the pan, over torque the plug, you're in for about a $2,500 fix unless you do it yourself. So the craziest thing about this was the fact that it was just as expensive. I think it may be even a little bit more expensive on my 2004 Toyota 4Runner, which is, you know, doesn't seem like that should be the case, but that's how, you know, sometimes how it is, I guess, depending on how hard it is to get to certain parts of your car and whatnot. So that is that. Pretty unfortunate, but just super glad that it's fixed. The peace of mind is great. And the funniest thing is that, like, when I took my car in to get the pan fixed, I actually got an email from my CEO at my job, and she was like, hey, surprise bonus, we're giving you guys, you know, a surprise end of year bonus. So that actually paid for the pan. Although it was bittersweet that I couldn't use that money on something else, at least there's that. So you never know what's around the corner, man. You never know. Expensive stuff car ownership is. I think about influencers like Jake Schnatter and others who have like a car collection. It's just like, dude, it can be so expensive. And it's not like they're buying brand new cars. They're buying used, sometimes high mileage models. And it's just, yeah, dude, it's like, you gotta have a lot of money saved up, unless you're fine using your credit card. So, which I'm not fine doing that. But anyways, with that out of the way, with the camshaft bolt issue out of the way, with the O2 sensor issue out of the way, 3 pretty big repair items that I knocked off the list this year, I can finally, hopefully, have fun, spend some money on some fun mods to the car. So stay tuned, man. It should be a fun year in that regard. So we'll save that for another video, like just talking about kind of my future plans. It's not gonna be much, I'll be honest, because I'm saving for a house, I'm saving for a wedding, and we gotta spend money on other things. But, you know, you gotta treat yourself every now and then. You gotta, you know, put some money towards the cars, towards the things you love, towards your hobbies, on yourself and whatnot. So I'll definitely be doing that every now and then. Little things here and there. But main thing is just making sure the car is healthy, and it's only got 36, you know, almost 37,000 miles on it. So like, relatively low miles. So, to be honest, I was surprised to have the issues I was having with this car at such low mileage. I bought a low mileage example because I didn't want to have, you know, 50, 60, 70k mile issues until that 50, 60, 70k mile mark. But life doesn't always work that way. Sometimes you get dealt a hand of cards that just doesn't play well in your favor, and you gotta roll with the punches. So yeah, man, let me know what your guys' thoughts are. I mean, if you're interested in buying an F80, F82, an E90, E92, let me know. Would you guys buy a low mileage example? Something under 40k is what I think of as low mileage. Under 40k miles. Or are you rolling the dice and just going upwards of 70, 80k miles and just hoping nothing falls apart? Hoping your oil pan's not stripped and somebody put a time cert in it without you knowing. The craziest thing is that the time cert, like if I were to look at it, I would have never known. But luckily my tech was able to call it out because the bolt was bigger than, I think, 14 millimeters. I don't know. 14 is what the 4Runner calls for, actually. I don't know what the M4 is, but yeah, man. So, but anyways, we're back to POV drives. We're back to filming content, putting stuff out there, growing the channel. Like, you know, I set my goal as for last year, 2025, was to get, you know, the channel monetized and get over 1,000 subscribers, and we did that. So I'm super happy, and I'm super thankful and blessed for the family here on YouTube, all you guys who've supported me, supported the channel and all my goals, and shared your thoughts, your comments, your advice along the way. I'll have to repark this. That's it, man. That is it. I'm feeling better day by day, getting past this cold. I'm like, I started feeling better like a week ago, but it's just, you know, stuff lingers, sinuses, and just, yeah, not fun stuff, dude. But with that being said, hope you had a great day out there, man, wherever you're listening from. Hope you're having a great night, whatever time it is. And just know, man, we're getting back to it here at Freezy M4. We're gonna start filming more, putting more stuff out there, taking you guys along the journey of ownership of this F82. If you guys have any questions on the oil pan, you know, if you have any questions on my experience with it, how I went about it, stuff like that, let me know. I promise you it's not as bad as it seems. I love every minute of owning this car, and I'm sure you would too if you're interested in, you know, you're in the market for a car like this. G80 platform probably doesn't have the issues that you would get getting a 40,000 mile F80. So, but you got to pay G80 money for that, obviously. So, I don't have that. Anyways, man, as always, drive safe out there. It's a new year. Let's make it a good one. I'm gonna go hit legs in the gym. Go home, make some dinner. Call it a day. Call it a night. So, as always, man, appreciate you for watching. Until next time, peace.